I think it's only music and poetry that simultaneously soothe and stimulate us. And goodness, our souls need that. I'm going to share with you another very short passage this time from Rumi. And these words may or may not be familiar, but either way, I would like them to pierce your heart. I don't want them just to reach the comfort zone. I'd like them to go a little bit further than the comfort zone, if that's possible. Out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. That reminder from Rumi brings such a blessing to this moment. It's redolent with meaning on any day, and very particularly on this day. For 10 years now, we have met in that rich, abundant, ever-renewing, evergreen field of acceptance, of love, of wonder and of wisdom that exists beyond all ideas of right doing and wrongdoing. Beyond all ideas that threaten us or divide us. We have met as souls. We have met as seekers, as members of a single human and divine family. At any moment when we have grasped the miraculous wonder of that, the oneness of all that we are and all that we have, the world has indeed been almost too full to talk about. Sometimes then it's been music that has had to do the talking. And we wanted to have an extravagance of music talking today, and we have. And how blessed we've been, and how thankful we are. Sometimes it's silence that best renews and soothes us. And while we haven't had so much of that today, I think you carry some of that also in your hearts. Sometimes it's the simple knowledge that there is a place that we can go to where no single one of us is any more acceptable or unacceptable than any other. This is such a place. We have created it, and we have nurtured it, and we have been nurtured by it. When the soul lies down in the grass, the world is too full to talk about. Those experiences are intensely personal, and they are also unconditionally universal. They remind us of our basic goodness, our fundamental goodness, of our soul's strengths and yearnings, and of the courage of our seeking. They remind us of the need that each of us has for beauty, for encouragement, for hope, for forgiveness, for tolerance, and for deep, profound appreciation, not just of what we have, but of who we are. The teachers who inspire us here in this place of gathering and remembering include all the great spiritual teachers, because each of them speaks to us as intimately as a lover or a mother would, yet also reaches into all hearts, leaving out no one. When Jesus promises, "Come to me, all you who struggle and are burdened, and I will give you rest." When Jesus promises that, He's speaking to every one of us, to each and every one of us without exception. He's offering us also profound appreciation and understanding of our complexity, that we are darkness as well as light, that we are wounded as well as healing. He is also promising, as all the teachers, the great masters, the great beings who have blessed this earth with their presence, that such an unconditional embrace is effortless. There is no trying in it. Jesus, or any of the great teachers, does not have to decide who is worthy or not, whose lifestyle matches up or not. We are all welcome. His divine focus, the focus of all the great teachers, is entirely on love and how we will live that out through our conduct, through our choices, through our ecstasy in being alive. In the deepest reaches of your souls, that same passage goes on, you will find rest, for my yoke is gentle and my burden is light. And in the Dhammapada, 500 years earlier, we learn that the historical Buddha taught, hatreds do not cease in this world by hating, but by love. This is an eternal truth. It is a universal truth, affirming us all without exception. And the Buddha goes further in a way that I like very much. Live happily, he says. Feed on joy like radiant gods. Is that irresistible? And of course it also echoes the call to joy that is in the Psalm 82 in our beloved Hebrew Bible. You are gods, all of you. All of you, children of the Most High. What an outrageous assertion from the psalmist. Would we dare to take it seriously? To live on joy. This is not the day to wonder why religions founded on love and generosity and inclusion and in the salvation of belonging became so profoundly overlaid with tribalism. Nor why within each faith some make vast, extravagant claims to exclusive truths that privilege a few and abandon the many. This is the day to celebrate that for all those millennia of all too human error, nonetheless, beauty and truth and love and hope and kindness have also flourished and do flourish, and do so wherever people are. And not just where good people are. Let's risk the notion that goodness is our basic nature, and the deep appreciation expresses that. I want to go further. I want to experiment with regarding deep appreciation as a holy quality, as a transformative energy, as a quality of mind and a way of being that literally shifts the interface between what we call inner and outer. That can be a place, taking in, giving out, of deep appreciation. At every moment, consciously and unconsciously, we are expressing ourselves. And are we doing it deeply and appreciatively? We are influencing others. We are changing for the better or for the worse the atmosphere around ourselves. Within the spiritual context of deep appreciation, this may mean looking for what connects you more robustly, more tenderly to the people around you, to the world around you, and also to yourself. It shifts us, it shifts you, it shifts me from a mindset that erodes you to a mindset that sustains you. It shifts you from finding something wrong, insufficient, disappointing, perhaps hateful, with almost every situation you're in, to a new depth, not only of engagement, but of participation, as well as nourishment. When we grasp, when you grasp, when I grasp, that our reactions and our choices also count, we can heal the within and the without. It's very nearly that simple. Yes, there is much in our world that is wrong, but wrong can become a way of life, a way of perceiving, a way of interacting. And so can trust, so can openness, so can warmth, so can hope. Come to me, all you who struggle and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Sacred seeking is itself an act of profound appreciation, of recognizing that the very ground we stand on is holy. When deep becomes deeper, our appreciation becomes sacramental. What's more, and perhaps this is what I most want to say to you today, what we appreciate deeply, we will not harm. What we appreciate deeply, we will not harm. Look through the eyes of the beloved. You will see the beloved everywhere. Let me say it once more. What we truly appreciate, we cannot harm. Appreciation is an act, an action, a way of integrating ourselves with others. It's also a way of integrating our experiences, not seeing only the minute, but also the bigger picture, the whole picture, the holy picture, the wholesome picture. It lets us transform our unskillful states of mind, like anger, bitterness, or resentment. It lets us become discerning about our habitual patterns, and it gives us the strength and the immediacy to change them when change is needed. Deep appreciation is, of course, also a psychological strength. Expressed with an open heart, though, it is also a prayer. Thank you, God, is one of the simplest prayers of profound appreciation. But when we express our appreciation to others, or live our appreciation for this gift of life, of this moment, of all of life, we are also praying. We are also celebrating. We are celebrating the profound truths of soul-filled living and being. There will be many moments, of course, that are hard to appreciate. But those moments will soften. You will soften when your daily practices are drenched in appreciation. And it does need to be a daily practice, not just a good idea. Appreciating is an art. It's a creation, it's a communication, it's a tendering, it's a softening. Each day, every day, hear yourself, speak up, show up. And when you catch yourself reluctant, redouble your efforts. Redouble the energy of appreciation and let it itself teach you what an appreciative life truly is. For me, there was a profound moment of realization, maybe 20 years or so ago, when I truly realized that my life, just like your life, was a gift. Not for what I can do with it, but in and of itself. For me, this opened the door towards some much more secure and stabilizing understanding of what self-love is, which I'd struggled with. And this has also allowed me to love others much more freely and much less conditionally. This is a realization that comes to many people when they're consciously dying, but I'm not sure that we can really afford to wait that long. This life, this moment, this gift, this now. We live in a web of profound interdependence. We lean together, we depend upon one another for everything that we have and do and are. For our food, for our sustenance, for our inner sustenance, for our safety, for our well-being, for our happiness, for our tenderness, for our care. We lean on one another. We are interdependent. We are interbeing. We also have the immense gift, to use the words of the Quaker George Fox, to walk lightly on this earth, answering that of God in everyone. What a gift that is. The wonder of that is reason enough to live appreciatively, to see the wholeness of it all, to bathe in the holiness of it all, out beyond ideas of right doing and wrongdoing. There is a field, and I am meeting you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. My hands are joined at my heart. With the deepest appreciation, I thank life for all that it has given and gives, and in response, I enter it fully. Blessed be.